everyone, my name is Haley Campbell and I am here to present to you today a paper titled Evaluating Potential Effects of Solar Power Facilities on Wildlife from an Animal Behavior Perspective. This was written by a variety of authors, but the main one was Rachel Y. Chalk. So this particular study, I wouldn't say was your traditional research. It was kind of more of an observational study. So there was not a specific study location that they picked. What they did was they went to a variety of different locations that had solar facilities across the United States. The two main ones that they talked about were the Topaz Solar Farm located in California, and the Ivanpah Solar Electric Generating System, also in California. So the two pictures on the right hand side are of the Topaz Farm, that's their front sign, and then an aerial view. And then the ones at the bottom are of the Ivanpah location, so that's kind of a giant picture of their place. They didn't have a logo or anything. And then this is an aerial view, which I don't know if you can see, but running right basically through the middle here is the state line between California and Nevada. So this location actually is housed in two different states. So there was a variety of species involved. They didn't specifically talk about one in particular. It was just a broad range. These were some of the most common ones that they noticed. So birds, such as waterfowl and migratory species, they specifically talked about the yellow-rumped warbler, which is this cute little bird up here in the top right. Variety of reptiles and mammals, specifically the desert tortoise, which is right here on the top left. Polar-tactic insects, so that means insects that are attracted to light. I don't know if you can see it. I think my face is in the way, but you can kind of see this head of this bright orange dragonfly was a very common one that people would know. And then bats, a variety of Californian species of bats were also affected. So some findings and implications that were noted throughout this paper was that the behavior of animals was altered due to habitat changes. They were having to avoid solar facilities, or they're being attracted to artificial interest. The birds had a high risk of collision, being burned from the solar flux, or a displacement due to the habitat loss. Mammals and reptiles had barriers that they couldn't pass through and increased their mortality. So like that little tortoise, he can't climb over things or really go around much because his shell would prevent him from squeezing through things. So he had a lot of issues with that, and then facilities became ecological traps for insects due to their attraction to the panels. Some implications of this could be improved behavior research. This would lead to better designs for solar panels that would be safer for animals. Coating the panels to prevent glare, or choosing different locations that would not cause issues to the animals, and examine the long-term population effects. So how did animal behavior affect the conservation issue? Viewing the attraction and ecological traps that the facility caused. So, for example, birds and insects were drawn to the glare, which could lead to unintended mortality. Number two, the avoidance and fragmentation of habitat by animals and reptiles. So we talked about that with the tortoises. They can cause animals not be able to perform their natural movement patterns and reduce habitat connectivity. And number three, the dynamics of predators and prey. So the changes in the behavior due to the facilities increase the risk of predators for the prey. The predators had new hideouts with the addition of these facilities that the prey were not aware of. Conservationists can develop better mitigation strategies. This can be seen through modifying facility design or selecting less impactful locations based on the information from these animals' behavior and their responses. Why is this study important? It's important because it can show the effects that our efforts for the better environment are having on the animals. The effects of solar energy on the wildlife species helps reduce researchers understand the impacts that are vital to balancing clean energy development, and it highlights the importance of finding early ecological warning signs before they become serious issues. Here's an example of those issues that you can see. So this is the Ivanpah location, and that is a yellow rumped warbler that was caught within the solar flux and essentially burned to death. And that picture was straight out of the article. So why did I choose this paper? It was a large interest of mine, different topics and others that I had seen. Efforts for a cleaner and healthier planet have practical solutions and can happen in our own lives. And you can see all the species that I talked about. There are the South Carolina versions. I think my face is preventing you from seeing the bird, but that's a Carolina wren, and then a South Carolina population density map. And there's my reference in the JWN version. Thank you and have a great day.